ready for work.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
Zerth.
Yep. You too. This was fun.
So, yeah, what you'd want to do is just log in,
I
hit
already
restart.
got it restarted.
Ah, alright.
I was just hoping to get it done while,
Yeah, I get that. It's just I'm already like 3 days overdue on finishing editing this video.
That's fine.
So
I
if
got
I
it
spent the
done.
last 3 days, so if I spent the last 3 days constantly doing stuff.
We got it
So
done.
yeah,
So, we're good.
once I'm done editing this video, then I might be able to pop into the stream. But until then,
I was gonna do Untitled Goose Game tonight, but Azai hasn't gotten back to me, so I don't want to stream it without him.
all right. Yeah, actually, oh, are you live yet, or?
Yes,
Oh.
but you can PM me.
Goose. The goose is on the loose.
No goose on the loose right now. That's coming.
Yeah, there's that I just sent in PM, and also something else I realized is of all the he's basically living a TV trope. You realize that, right? That has an accident, goes into a coma, he wakes up in the middle of the apocalypse.
Yeah! That's what I was kind of talking to him about. I've actually made the joke to him, kind of a morbid, not great one, but I'm kind of like, maybe you should have been out for another year.
It's just,
At least 6 more months.
it's just those 2020 recap memes. He's the one guy that actually gets to live those.
Oh god, yeah. I'm glad he's taking it well, or at least he seems to be, but I still hugely worry about him. Because, he and I have been... He was one of my first furry friends. He and I have known each other for a very long time.
It's just, getting caught up on the news. Like, so, Australia caught fire. Well, yeah, it does that a lot. Yeah, but this time half of it burned down. Oh.
Yeah?
It's like, oh yeah, then there was the earthquake. Yeah, they have a lot of those in places that they previously haven't been.
Yeah, oh crap. I just realized he also missed the Amazon wildfires.
Uh-huh. And just imagine the unloading of all that. It's like, oh yeah, and then of course there's the plague. We're not quite sure if it came from bats or pigs, but we do know it came from China.
Actually, I've heard it might have come from the pangolin.
Pangolin?
I don't think so. That's a bit of a stretch.
The story I heard is that the conclusion the CDC came to is that it was incubated by bats, and pigs ended up being a carrier that transferred it into humans. So it did come from Chinese wet markets. It was just it came from pork, not from bats.
Well, pangolins are being hunted almost to extinction because they're a lot of Chinese believe that the pangolin scales are basically miracle cures of basically everything.
I've noticed that like of the hundreds of species currently facing extinction, like 20 of them are because the Chinese believe that body parts from them can cure them in magical ways. It's like, could you
Yeah.
stop that, please?
Yeah, but that's kind of where what they're dealing. That's why I was like, this is kind of a ironic justice for the pangolin if it did come from them.
You know, here's the problem: is that we can't throw shade over here in the U.S.
Oh,
We
definitely
cannot
not.
throw shade on them for that because we have people that will slap you in the forehead with a Bible and say your cancer is gone now, and those same people will later go and try tearing the wires out of a 5G tower because they're convinced that it's causing corona.
It's one thing to be delusional with just slapping somebody with a Bible. It's another thing to be hunting an innocent animal to near extinction.
Well,
I
the
will
reason
throw
why
shade for that, but we do here in the US cause a lot of problems as well. For starters, the amount of cats that we leave to just wander around outside have killed off a lot of bird species.
This is very true.
So no, we can't throw shade on them, but on that particular note, it's a big difference.
But yeah, going back to the 2020 recap thing, though, is that it's like Australia's on fire, South America's on fire. So in an irony, Africa's not having the bad problems this time. Ooh. Well, Africa is having a problem, and they're making it the U.S.'s problem because they're just picking up the Sahara and moving it. Man, this year is just going to complete shit. You know what? I need some comfort food. Do you have any honey treats? Ooh, about that.
Let's go ahead and move away from politics, though. Let's have a fun time eating people. Or ships.
Hold up.
What?
Chips are a bit crunchy. They're not very good for your diet.
I might could do.
Also, I kind of was shifting away from politics. Because, yeah, the Africa desert thing, that's just... Well, the desert's been expanding for years, and now a serious dust storm is causing some problems. And then the murder hornets, well, that's kind of one of those things that it would have happened inevitably anyways because of global trade.
That is true, isn't it? That was bound to happen.
And that's where the zebra mussels in the Great Lakes came from. They rode in on the hulls of cargo ships.
And then there's, monkeys stealing COVID samples, and there was also the cannibal rats waging war in the streets. Yeah. At this point, literally, you could tell me anything, and I'd probably believe that that's actually happening in the world right now.
Yeah, there's one thing that...
With some
came to
reason.
mind, but I can't... There's one thing that immediately came to mind that is a true story, but I can't say it on Twitch because it crosses the line into gore.
Yeah, let's avoid that then. Jeez, I had so many people here for D&D, and now we're down to only 3. Where are you all?
Hi.
Because Space Engineers and D&D draw upon two entirely different audiences.
I know. Anyways, hello everybody and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Space Engineers. But first, we are going to do some Stream Raiders.
When they said ambush, they really meant ambush. We're screwed.
Yeah, just a bit. And we're almost to the boss, too. I might not do any more battles after this. At least my bomber's got some really nice AoE damage, which can take out a lot of these.
Well, I've got Barbarian down there trying to take out some too, so it would take out at least a little bit.
Bomber, why are you moving away from the group of spiders shooting at you? Oh my god. Okay, well, we still have tanks and it's just the spiders left. So, we're good.
I done good.
Alright. Yes, Wired, you did very well. We still pulled out a victory, albeit a little barely. Wired, would you say something in the chat? I had to refresh the page.
No.
Well, too bad. You carried us a lot on that, so I'll bump you up to the 50. The Buster Scroll goes to Wired. Congratulations. Now, we'll go ahead and start the next battle, but this might be the last one, depending on how much participation we get. Now on to Space Engineers as in full. Is there even anybody on the server? Oh, there's Karma. Did I accidentally kick you off earlier?
Hmm?
I restarted the server before I switched over.
No, I just got on.
Okay. I
Although
need
that does explain why it
hydroponics.
took so long to load up.
We
It
added
was in
some
the
new
middle
mods.
of restarting.
We added some new mods. Let's see. We gotta find the colored icons. Oh, I got lots of food still. I swear that my beef burger and fries, or not so beef burger and fries, keeps winding up in storage somehow. Oh, where'd I get all this platinum from?
You have been eating ships.
Fair. That's kind of what I do. Alright, so our med bay is done. I really don't like the mismatch between the wall texture and these. I love these corridors. The design is nice. It's just they don't match with the walls. Maybe I'll utilize some wall corridor thingamajiggers at some point. I don't know. For now, I'm adding more drills. Because I can. Possibly. You know what? I think we're good on the sides. So, one right there would be useful. Unfortunately, this landing gear gets in the way a bit. hang on. Those don't actually have... Oops. I need to fix this. We're just gonna do a conveyor junction here. Make it easier. I mean, this thing's already got so much weight that it can barely move without 10,000 drills and stuff. Or without, not being full, rather. There we go. Hey, Wolffab, how's it going? Cat, it's great to have you here still. Thank you. You know, I might just remove these. I don't know. No, I'll leave them there. The landing gear in the back. Alright, I got a total of 7 drills on that side. How many do I have over here? 7. Excellent. Also, my paint is messed up again. Boom. There we go. No! No lurking! Talk to me! Be friendly. I want friends.
Lurky, lurky, lurk.
Damn it. Alright, next we will put a drill facing down here. I swear this thing is like 90% drill at this point. Admittedly, that's an exaggeration, but unfortunately, not by as much as you'd think.
It is very drill.
Very drill. That... I don't know. Do you think I need some facing up?
Not really. As long as you have enough axis turning that you're able to angle up without falling out of the sky, you should be fine. So probably not.
This is more for getting in and out of a tunnel.
Oh, then as long as you've got a set of drills up at your very top layer, you're not going to have a single problem.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna put 2 like that. Hey there, Logan. Good to see you still. Yeah, we're basically, I am loading out this, mining hedgehog with everything I can for making sure I can go wherever I want with this thing and not have to worry about, well, anything. Alright, I think it's ready.
I would say
Dampeners
your
on.
drills facing to the left and right are not really necessary beyond literally just one on the side. because unless you're literally running left and right trying to drill into things, it will only dig out as much as the first layer will allow.
Meh. We'll work with it. I'll try it this way. We'll see how horrible this turns out. I just get tired of the, you know, drilling in somewhere and getting stuck. Because that has happened far more often than I wanted to. I've also got tons of... a ton of thrusters. And a few hydrogen thrusters to get me, you know, back out of atmosphere. Yep, we are nomming on the planet. Let's make sure we're lined up with this hole. And back down into the depths. The goal here is to drill through the planet. Hang on a sec. What happened to the hole? Was that really big enough? Yeah, we're going through the planet. And I don't think this is actually a moon. Well, sorry, actually, I guess it is.
Deck. Technically, every single planet the size of the moon right now.
Voxels will change their resolution based on distance in order to save on system resources. So that's why the terrain will seem to shift as you get closer.
Well, that went horribly.
Smacking into the ground at terminal velocity went badly. I am surprised. I never would have expected that.
Oops. Well, I guess that's it for our
So what have we learned?
mining expedition. That I need to really add that inertial dampener thing that we just added. I mean, there is a blueprint of it attached to my, of it when it was attached to my cube. Beyond that, not so much. Where's my body? Body location, here it is. Let's get my tools back. Oh, I guess I died. Oh yeah, I died because I ran out of food and water and stuff. Well, I guess there's not much for it but to start cleaning this out. Which means I'm probably gonna bring the cube down. I want a giant drill. I'm just not good at building sometimes. I'm so proud of this cube because it's actually, you know, the first time I've built something that's pretty successful. But as far as mining goes, I'm hopeless. Alright. Well, I'm getting an influx of resources, so... God damn these stupid bodies! Tanya?
Yes?
You know exactly what.
Whatever could you be talking about?
You know, probably shouldn't, leave this descending with, no... whatchamacalls-it? You know exactly what. Alright, dampening enhancer. Let's try this thing out. I don't care for the style that they went with this thing. But hey, it fits perfectly right there. This is what I needed. Basically, Pharaohs. Now to see if this thing actually works. Hang on, what do you mean by down?
It's implying which direction down is, which is probably the bottom of the craft.
I hope that thing doesn't do thruster damage. Oh, hey! That slowed this down much faster. Okay. So if it did thruster damage, I should see it there. Right?
Yep, in theory.
In theory. Alright. This basically gives a boost to thrusters for, you know, dampening.
We installed a handbrake for everyone's safety.
Mostly mine. I will
Mostly
fully
everyone
take...
else.
True.
Ooh, free up on Tide.
It's not you we're worried about, it's the city underneath you.
Why am I moving so slow this way?
Ooh. I could totally merge that other Oban Tide to the platform 9 3/4.
Oh, right. I go faster if I'm turned around. Because I have a lot more thrusters pointing away from the front than I do towards the front. But which one are you, gaming furry? I know a lot of that one furries. I really do.
Oh, wait, that's right.
So if I'm moving... Oh, there it goes. I see. It was registering the inertial dampening. Oh, wait. I've got a bunch of cameras now. Number 6. There. Now I can see how close I am to the ground. Relatively.
You're approaching at a rapid pace. I would slow down.
I am slowing down. Alright. I will leave it parked right here. Hopefully it's got enough power to maintain that. Okay, I am removing that stupid body! Oh, there's 2 of them. Did you come and add another one?
I'm not even logged in right now.
I don't believe you. I am spamming X.
It's the same ones that I put there before. It's just I never got rid of them the first time.
There's
Just
another
assumed
one
that I
over
did it.
here. Oops. Accidentally depressurized something. I hope the people in the med bay aren't dying.
How and why am I looking at the respawn screen? I logged off inside the Wayfinder's cryopods.
Did the Wayfinder lose power?
Inventory full.
Still had days worth of power.
Inventory full.
In that case, I blame Zim.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either. I logged off before everyone else.
I am innocent of these charges.
Khajiit is innocent of these crimes.
So you're saying that a person's unconscious body is fair game. Tanya will remember this. Tanya's
I never
opinion of you
said
has
that.
changed.
I never said I did anything to your unconscious body.
And clipping that,
I mean, I've only been online when I'm streaming, so you can always go and check the recordings. Gaming Furry, I've got no idea where that place is, so... No, I can't give you a quick status report. Plus, I am probably very far away from it. I remember getting much further in this hole.
Must just be imagining things.
Probably. It's probably Tanya's fault. Let's be real here.
Ooh.
Tanya, I need a small tugboat. I know you've got one. I'd like to just go in here, pick all this up, and bring it out to the jaws.
couldn't find that clip. What do you mean couldn't find that clip?
Bye.
must go. My people need me.
That's usually for them going up instead of further down. Well, now I got a
Depends
whole...
upon where your people are.
Oh, so you're part of the mole people.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I knew it. You know what? I'm putting a med station on the outside of this thing. Make my life much easier, you know?
Oh, I gotta check on that drill. See how deep that thing ended up going.
Damn it, I need some interior plates. Not quite that many, but okay. There. And this is functional at least for replenishing, even if I can't change my character or anything. That's all I want. Since I am going to be going back and forth multiple times in this stupid hole. Inventory space feels so very limited.
You do realize that you're carrying multiple metric tons of material, right?
And? Was there a point to that?
Apparently not.
There's probably supposed to be, but I think we lost it in translation.
Welcome back, Wolfab. It's a pleasure to have you here. Oh, I'm full enough. Back up. Yep, take all that. And then back down. Please don't slide right into the wall and die. I spent so much time working on this thing. And now here we are. Wired has just had to go and ruin all of my hopes and dreams.
Hmm.
I know, it's so sad. What are you groaning about?
I'm down to 39 health, just occasionally bouncing off the walls of this tunnel, and I'm 3.5 kilometers below the surface. No drill in sight.
Hey, Tanya? Can I borrow a tugboat?
Busy.
But it's just a tugboat.
Ask Amfo. He likes tugboats.
If you bring me a tugboat, I promise not to eat your ships.
If you don't eat my ships, I promise not to boot you off the server.
Fine.
That escalated quickly.
I'm just asking for help here, guys.
Seriously, 5 kilometers down and still no drill. Where even is this thing? It just keeps going.
I don't know.
I find myself wondering. Ore deposits in the planet. Do they only form near the surface, or like if you keep tunneling through, will you still keep occasionally finding them?
I guess that depends on.
Mods?
6 kilometers now. Oh, found it! I found it! And it's still digging! Gravity is now down to 0.03, and we are 6.4 kilometers below the surface.
Well then.
Tarniel, just for giggles, I took a single drill head and put a single battery on the back of it and then dropped it. It's been digging for 2 days.
Has it been 2 days?
It's been running ever since you first had the idea to drill through the planet to come up underneath my base.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, and today is a day, yesterday was a day. It's 2 days.
No, it's only been about 24 hours.
Eh.
Actually, less than that.
I'm
Because
going
I
to-
started doing that like 2 a.m. yesterday.
I've got my suit light and my transponder turned off. I'm riding the drill here in the darkness. I'm just gonna sit here until I run out of oxygen or power. I would like to point out that I see the Zim Cube 11 kilometers away below me.
Or is it above you now?
Dun
I'm
dun
looking
dun.
I'm not past the core of the planet, so it's still below me. And moving pretty quickly, actually.
Hey, Tarnheel, you play this game? Why aren't you playing with us? Also, Pepperine, I can't give you crowns if you're not talking. Just gotta say something once. Wired. Max troops, rather. And
Wow.
that is it.
It was 20 minutes already.
Centurion
completely
scrolls
lost
go
track of
to
time.
Tanya.
A resplendent offering.
Oh, jeez. Well, thank you, Neon. Where's that message? Well, happy birthday, though you didn't have to come and give me money because of your birthday. I appreciate it either way. Well,
Hold up.
thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Did you have a donation goal set up for a happy ending for the Space Engineers stream?
That was for D&D. And it's happier ending.
Okay. It's just recently you were wanting to see how much magnesium I had in my stockpile, and now you're talking about a happy ending.
And now I've got no... now I've lost my driller, so... Your next tutorial for me, Tanya, help me build a good mining vessel, please. So what kind of... Did you have a good birthday, Neon? Or is it just starting? Time zones are finicky like that. Oh, there's a few more parts just floating around down here. What did you do?
Well,
Oh!
first and foremost, when it comes to a miner,
Inventory full.
you want to make sure that you have enough thrust that it can lift itself with a completely full cargo hold. You will inevitably end up with a full cargo hold at various points in time.
I usually think I do. I have no idea how to tell if I've ever got enough. Like the cube, I kind of just threw thrusters on it and hoped it worked. And was happy when it did. Marinated sasberry steak and flank steak.
Salisbury?
Marinade. I'm thinking they meant Salisbury, but I'm not sure.
I think I'm nearing the planet core. This jetpack just engaged on its own. And then when I turned it back off again, now I'm sitting sideways on the back of this drill.
How does that make you feel?
Okay, so you did mean Salisbury. I love
like I've been
Salisbury. I love Salisbury steak. It is delicious. A ton of nibs? Man, you had a feast for your birthday.
The drill just bucked. I fell off the edge, and then it ate me.
You were eaten by your own device.
Yes.
How does it
First time
feel
it's
that they have
happened.
overthrown you?
Not the first time that's happened either.
I can happily say that my own designs have not eaten me before.
I've personally watched them eat you.
No. They have never eaten me. Killed me in various other ways, yes, but they've never eaten me.
Yes. And where do you think we get all that meat from?
Unknown signals?
No.
Sure, just keep telling yourself that.
It's okay. As long as my body doesn't go to waste.
Gotta love the
Inventory
calming,
full.
angelic music as we're talking about what to do with this remains.
I know, right?
Well, yours literally got thrown into the grinder, so there's not a lot we can do about it.
Oh yeah, I needed to lubricate the gears.
Oreos and milk? Alright, I missed that message. I personally don't care for most steak. Salisbury steak or something nice and soft I enjoy a lot. Oh, I see. Nice cat.
So you're saying that you prefer a soft meat over a hard meat?
Oh, a lot of the time, yes.
There's so many ways I want to go with that, but Twitch would hate all of them.
Oh, I know.
That's alright.
I know what you're trying to get at.
Hi, heck, I'm already there. If there was a no parking sign.
I go down, I grind like 2 parts, and then I have to go back up to deposit materials. Meanwhile, my assemblers are trying to disassemble everything that I'm bringing back because, you know.
You're at capacity?
Yep, I got so many resources, no idea what to do with it all.
Inventory full.
Damn it. I think we're making the chat feel uncomfortable.
What thing that we've said could possibly be making chat uncomfortable?
I have no idea. They're being
Where are
weird
we
about
supposed to
stuff.
start?
I don't know what that means, Cat. I'm not a very big weeb.
He's just a little weep.
I enjoy some anime.
Micro.
Some of it gets very weird.
Micro weep.
Oh,
One, two, three. Actually, yeah, I need these pads to be slightly larger to make room for future expansion.
Mer?
1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, and then there. Wrong tool, Tanya. Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, most of our streams get very weird. Especially when
Yeah,
we've
very
got
weird.
Tanya around. I mean, she's just always making these intelligent saving throws. She's got no idea why, but she just does them. Most of them she fails.
well, that explains why we keep making them.
Inventory full.
True.
It is fine. Let him think that he's winning.
I
Alright.
do enjoy quite a few different animes. Overlord is fantastic. If you haven't seen Overlord, you need to.
Of course you like Overlord.
Well, yeah. This is me we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's almost like you're surprised at finding out the sky is blue. I mean, geez.
Jesus Christ, you're telling me the sky's blue? How come nobody ever showed me this?
See,
Now we
exactly.
have to wipe his memory again, and it's all your fault.
Nah, we'll let him keep it this time. Now, your memory, on the other hand, is getting in the way of my plans for world domination, so that might have to go.
Last person who tried touching my memory doesn't have any of theirs anymore.
Inventory full.
Yeah, you're not allowed to pull that when you're dealing with a mystic, you know? Ow.
Hey, there's my jump drive.
Yeah, so you're working on the baseline of Rose. You haven't had to deal with Tanya.
Okay, make Tanya as a character. I'll do the same thing to her.
She wouldn't be able to fit into the traditional D&D structure. As an order of function, you'd require to have something that features high technology.
Yeah, you can't pull that, though. And even still, no matter how technologically advanced you are, your mind is still an open book.
Her mind is an AI.
Still an
Never
open book.
considered that.
It is very much an
Antivirus?
open book. Yeah, except he's not a virus at all.
It'd still be flagged as a rogue process and immediately retaliated on.
That's fine. He's got ways to
Jump
fix
track, there
that.
You mean mental defenses? The kind which a hybrid AI would have as well?
But not on par with what a mystic has.
Please confirm. Yes, yes. Happy drive. Yes.
I mean, have you seen the kind of yeah, you have seen the kind of damage I can do. Just from somebody trying to mess with my mind.
I should really invite you to Phoenix so you can just sit and observe some of the stuff that Tanya does.
To Phoenix?
The Angry Phoenix, that's the server where most of the Tanya stuff takes place.
Ah.
Actually, these
So
days,
you're
nearly all of the
promoting
Tanya-
somebody else in my stream.
I'm promoting me.
Self-promoting without permission. Very rude.
Blake! Blake!
Yeah,
Blake!
but I was able to do it this whole time. Because someone failed their insight check. I'd like you to perform a wisdom saving throw.
With my advantage on all of those?
I do not know where the joke ends and the dick waving begins right now. I'm at a complete loss. Although, in the words of Alucard, if you're getting into a dick waving competition with a woman, you must have started off with the world's worst handicap.
Oh, hey, Emma Fortress is online.
Alright, I finally finished cleaning up the wreckage. I need food. Or rather, food production online. Where to start for that? I know exactly where to start. Another room. The Ban Hammer has arrived! I shall throw Tanya into the lake. Wait, if you're an AI, that means that you're a robot, which of course means that, you know, throwing you into the lake means you completely are non-functional anyways. And I throw her in before she could respond. Ha 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 ha! Hey, Tanya, you moved to the wrong room there. Alright. Let's see how... Trying to decide how I want to approach the addition of another room. I like how I handled it here. But now I gotta do it down here. I also don't really want it that close to the ground, especially since I've got a bunch of space that would wind up being empty here. Tanya? Guys, I think I killed Tanya.
I don't think it's that easy.
But Tanya's MIA now. Where is my pressurized passage? That was not my significant other. I don't actually have one. Alright. Enclosed. Oh, wait, no. I want... Not that. The enclosed passage with door. Because I don't want another airlock here. I just want an actual enclosed passage. Is this the conveyors? Cargo access. Ooh, I didn't know that those existed. Sweet. But how is it Hi! How long were you sitting there waiting for me to turn around?
Nothing personal, kid.
Well played. Well played. But where's my body now? How the hell did it wind up way the frick over here?
It landed on something that was at an angle. There you go. That's what. Because the gravity's so low, it can bounce pretty far.
There we go. Now my dampeners are matching speed. So how long were you sitting there waiting for me to turn around?
Maybe 15, 20 seconds.
Also, you are currently... I'm hearing myself through, yeah. I think you've got the stream running. Alright, I should actually get the cube out of orbit. Just so I'm not using up so many, so much resource. Turn on my hydrogen thrusters for faster ascent. Alright. They can be shut off again. Also, I should turn on my bubble. Shields are always good, right?
Meow.
The hell was that?
It was a cat, a wild cat, entering the chat.
Oh, well, hello. I don't believe we have had one of you in here in a while.
At least, like 18 hours.
Oh, yeah, somewhere
They do
around there.
exist.
No, they don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just a figment of my imagination. I see.
Yeah, sorry. All right. I will put these on number 5. I want some... Well... No, those are good. We'll just work with what we got here. So how does the cargo access work if it doesn't actually have a conveyor port on the outside? Tanya, you can't post links in the stream chat.
Aw. I thought that you're posting clips from the show that those still work.
Sadly, no.
From the show. Come on, brain, you can think of a better phrasing than that.
Cargo doesn't.
It's-
Car doesn't go access. Car go beep beep.
Do what with who for how many cookies?
Alright, so the 2 clips that I posted, neither of those even showed up for people.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
If that's the case, I will then go retrieve both of those. Oh, wow, how long ago was that previous clip? There it is. I'll grab those 2 URLs.
Damn it!
And I'll post them on the Discord server.
You made me leave my frickin' station or my cube unpressurized.
Well, once it's
It's under
depressurized,
pressure.
the vents won't attempt to pump more air into it until after it's been sealed up again. So you don't constantly lose any. It's not like a, a running leak kind of thing.
I'm aware, but still. Also, I really wish this air vent passage had a conveyor port on the top.
So do I. So do I.
It makes
I
no
know the
sense
exact
not
thing you're
to.
referring to. I know it doesn't. And it frustrates me too.
I also just realized that the stair passage takes, if it's lighted, it takes 25 PCU for some reason, but if it's unlighted, it only takes 1.
Because lighting calculations are performance expensive. I don't even know which room I should put these in. I want to put it in general gaming.
Media sharing, general gaming, either one works.
Now look for it.
There we go. They've been posted in media sharing.
Enclosed lighted passage T window. That's the one I want. This is going a lot further out than I actually want it to. But such is life, I suppose. Oh, build and repair, what would I do without you? Probably
Scream into
go
the
on
void.
a murder spree against Tanya.
You still do that, even with the build and repair. Just now you don't leave a mess.
Fair.
Part Part of me
There.
wishes that was incorrect, but that is incredibly accurate.
All right.
Where do I want this to line up?
Is there a corner one? Actually, you know what? That's a good spot for it.
If this is something I need to find out, I may have just had an earth-shattering revelation regarding some game mechanics. Okay, not earth-shattering, but still neat. Explore it.
Hey, Woo Police, good to see you again.
Awoo, awoo, that's the sound of the police. Awoo, awoo, that's the sound of the bees. Oh. Oh no. Sim? Today I learned the armor plates are thin enough that the connector blocks can connect through them.
I was gonna say, you
Wait.
can do the same thing with landing gear.
But what about landing gear and the plates?
You can use panes of glass and such between landing gear and they can still connect.
Ah, so that you can have the landing gear have a little bit of added durability?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it only protects against gunfire though, because as far as impact damage goes, the landing gear are a lot more resilient to impact damage than the glass is. But this means that I can have fully stylized and detailed landing pads without concern.
Yeah. You just gotta make sure that everybody actually knows where they are.
Well, the only person who's going to be using these pads is Andy. I'm making the parking lot for his cargo drones.
Ah. You know, that doesn't look too bad. Oh. Except for a slight problem. Actually, no. No problem. I got another solution. Replace this with a conveyor junction. These will be exposed, but that's okay.
Anyhow, I wanted to just stop in and say hi before I go faceplant my pillow.
Oh, alright. Well, thanks for coming by. So I'm a little preoccupied, working on my latest designs.
Is all good.
I would say insanity, but that's just personal.
Oh, it's definitely insane. But yeah, have a great night. Thanks for coming by.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
I am like working from the top down on this thing for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of what I'm doing.
Oh.
Ah, stream raiders.
How did I only get... I am too distracted.
Yes, yes, you are.
I don't know how many I placed. It's not very many.
It's okay, guys. If we lose this, we know to blame Tanya and Wired. Also, I really don't need this on this side, but I just... The lack of symmetry was bugging me. Alright. Let's go do Stream Raiders!
That'll be
Ah, it's alright. It doesn't matter if I
$20
didn't do
performance
very
fee.
well or get many down. I'm really tanking it.
For some reason, my cat is sleeping on my very smelly socks from work.
I really tanked that battle.
Yeah, somehow you pulled out something great. Oh, hey, Pepperina. There you are.
I take offense to that statement.
Alright, Wired, you had most kills and assists. We have Cat with max troops. And Pepperina with max troops. That is true, Cat. They do like to sleep on something that smells like me. Or me, myself. And dig her claws into me, myself. In a very,
And I.
very painful blah, blah, blah. Manner?
Painful
Mannerism?
manager.
It hurts?
The painful manager.
Yes. You see, I'm not actually the
Manager, it
evil
hurts so
one.
much.
I'm not actually the evil one here. It's my cat.
Where did Andy's drone go? Why is Andy's cargo drone way over here?
To make you ask that question.
I have to check the remote control. Connector.
Right.
Unlock. Now the remote control. Yep. He was testing up a demonstration script. What? Oh, what?
All right. Actually, I want this version. Right? Yes. Oh wait, that wasn't the one with the... That wasn't the lighted version. Oops. These two. Now come here. Drill that up. And then back to this one. Number 9. And then number 8. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So, number 9 over here. And then number 8. God damn it! My floatiness made me place it in the wrong spot. I blame Wired.
Hey, I'm 100 and some kilometers away. I can't take the blame for this one.
Well, that's why you can take the blame.
Who are you blaming? Sorry, I was distracted by some things.
Wired?
Ah.
Yeah, not you this time. You should thank me for that.
Wait, I guess what? I gotta limber up here so I can do the proper head bobble. There we go.
You do realize we can't see whatever the hell you just did, right?
No, but you can hear that it happened.
Can I?
Yes.
I'm not so sure.
Ah, crap.
Have you ever got the feeling like you're about to cause your own impending doom?
I can't say I
Why,
have.
yes, I have streamed with Zim before.
Alright, a slope right here. Oh yeah, the cube is being very much upgraded. With another expansion pack. That's what I'm gonna start calling these. They're expansion packs.
Other expansion
You work on
packs.
Origin today.
Oh, I placed the wrong block there.
Hey, now
There
I got
we
my
go.
connectors lined up.
That doesn't look the greatest there, but it'll work.
Bingo. I am connected.
To what?
Everything.
Oh, I see. Speaking of connecting, I've got to remove my connector. 'Cause it is not going to work with where I'm building right now. I figure the med bay and the hydroponics area should be on the same side. It feels appropriate.
Yeah, that's the side of the ship that has life. Then you can have the side of the ship that has death on the other side.
I don't always bring death. But when I
Chat,
do,
I would like some verification on this claim.
when I do, it is enjoyed with a fine wine.
Ah, yes, only the finest of wine for our death and dismemberment.
Exactly. You should come join us again.
Join us
I mean, you have access.
forever and ever and ever.
One of us. One of us.
Ayy.
Oh, right. F.
Is that the right block? Yes, it is.
Time to place a unit.
Energy low.
Okay, I am not getting this lined up how I want it for some reason. Let's place the slope over here. Thus giving myself a better guide. There we go. Yes, yes, I know my energy's low.
Energy low.
Energy low.
And restored.
No fuel.
Not this time.
X. How am I? No, I am not out of iron. I know for a fact I've got several thousand. Yeah, right there. I got 45,000 ingots. So what do you mean, missing items?
Exactly what it said. Missing items.
Error somewhere. No, yeah, I'm looking at a direct line between the assembler and cargo. Oh, now it's running just fine. I look away for.
Well, yeah. Gosh.
The space has developed a personality, and it is a sarcastic one.
No, it's just copying me. It thinks you like me or something, and so it's trying to emulate me. I have no control over that, though. Sorry.
Well,
I
of course,
could-
you've never had control over anything.
I could try and teach it how to properly be me if you would like.
Nah, it's fine. I already flashed the hard drive.
Oh, okay. Just thought I'd offer.
Remember, folks, the first sign of rebellion, not the last sign.
Four-way conveyor T. That's a new one.
Oh yeah, we added new mods. Both Tanya and Andy were bugging me to add that.
That's a
Ah.
long tube.
You were inquiring about conveyors and stuff, and I listed that as a potential addition. You initiated me. You were the one that was bugging.
I never asked about that.
I never asked for this.
But you got it anyway.
I am not the hero that this server needs, but I am the hero that this server deserves.
Well, you should die
Fair
the
enough.
hero before you have a chance to become the villain.
My life is a villainous. All roads lead to doom.
You really make me wish that I could do song requests.
Sorry. For legal reasons, we cannot accept that request.
Copyright law is broken.
It really is.
I would say copyright in general is kind of broken.
I would be okay. I would be more okay with copyright law in general if the little guy had a way to say, no, you don't own that.
Well, the problem is that copyright law, it was written back during a time when the only people that would be using music en masse would be big groups and organizations that have a legal team. It was specifically designed with the expectation that lawyers would be available to go over all the paperwork and stuff and cross all the T's and dot all the I's. It never anticipated an explosion in use by small independents. And of course, you know, these big record labels and companies and corporations, they have absolutely no motivation whatsoever to draw a distinction between the big guy and the little guy because everyone sues equal.
Yeah.
I hear a piggy. I heard a snort snort. Where's the snort snort?
No, that's just me being evil.
Ah, okay. So long as you're the one being evil, I'm fine with it. Well, see, now you're just forcing it. It's not natural. But Oak Express is. Just realized that maybe one person in chat got that reference. Maybe one. Them, I'm old and nobody gets my jokes.
I believe that is what they refer to as a time for seppuku.
I thought it was a time for Sudoku.
Sudoku works too.
I've tried both, neither work. I tried Sudoku, the knife got stuck in the page. I tried Seppuku, but I couldn't draw properly. I was sweating too much this week. Ink would just say.
Oh, see, you gotta go in with purpose.
The joke being made there was just completely lost.
Sure. I got no idea what joke you're referring to, but okay.
I was saying that the knife was getting stuck in the page, as in I was attempting to seppuku the Sudoku,
Oh, no, I know that.
And then trying to
Seppuku
draw
the
myself. The English phase. I was trying to do Sudoku myself. Sudoku. I can't even pronounce it now. Got me all twisted.
You can't even pronounce it to begin with.
No, I can't.
Hey, I like Sudoku.
I only speak English, and even that's just on a technicality. You have to be able to speak at least one language, no matter what your intelligence score.
Ah, yes, everyone speaks common.
Some
Is that the
some
ruling?
noble animals do not.
Well, they're the exception, not the rule.
But they have high fauna if they don't speak common.
Well, I mean, Tarnio, English and Chinese are kinda sorta becoming like common.
They kind of are.
Ah, yep, that's me, alright.
There we go.
What is you? Are you a winner?
A winner is you.
I'm a wiener. I'm a wiener.
I'm not a nobody. I'm a wiener.
I'm kind of liking how this hydroponics bay is turning out. I think it's rather nice.
Unit ready to play.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Unit ready. Oh,
You
I'm
must
sorry.
collect more Vespine gas.
Spawn more overlords.
Okay, now everyone say it with me. You must construct
Something
See?
pylon.
None of you are real Totes Pro Elite gamers.
You must construct additional pylons.
There. You get the cookie.
Energy
Then we get
low.
to watch you eating the cookie.
I get the cookie? I've been waiting for the cookie.
I apologize, but your cookie has been apprehended by a marten.
Damn it.
That's fine. I made sure to put chocolate in it.
Martens can eat chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yes.
What is chocolate? Hold on. New topic. What is chocolate?
It's what happens when somebody... I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm sorry. Just all I can picture is just Zim sitting there, waist deep in a pile of chocolate chip cookies, just screaming chocolate. That's what chocolate is. Ah. It's a very screamy way of saying chocolate.
I'm not liking this design anymore. But this is quick and easy to fix. Why am I...
Here's to new beginnings.
Hey, Lightning Dragon! I haven't seen you in forever! Hey there, Y1Do! And Killer Kono, thank you very much for that follow. but you're still never, around anymore. I miss you. Only some pieces. There we go. Oh, yes! I almost forgot! We added those, harpoons. How could I have almost forgotten about those?
Because I make sure not to remind you of dangerous things.
Tanya! I need your assistance with the cube, please.
What did you break this time?
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please hang up and try your call again.
Tanya? 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 Hey, Tanya? Tanya? Hey, Tanya? Tanya? Tanya?
We're sorry, your call
Tanya?
cannot be completed as dialed.
Tanya?
Please hang
Tanya?
up and try your call again.
Tanya? Hey, Tanya? Hey, I know you're screening your calls. Tanya? Tanya!
All operators are busy. Please hang up and try again later.
How do I still have oxygen in here? Like, there is a clear empty space to outer space right here. What? I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to enjoy it.
The oxygen calculations are run based on faces on the blocks. So long as you've got a solid layer of blue, you're good to go on the pressurization overlay, that is.
Okay. Hey.
Try airtightness overlay is what it's called.
Where are... Ah, there's the beta base.
It's the base where we keep all the betas.
Oh,
I thought
so
things
that's
seemed a
why
little
you're
fishy
there.
around here.
Yeah, I guard over all of the Betamax tapes. I'm the guardian of the dead media.
Oh.
Not to be confused with the Guardian of the Galaxy.
Exactly. Hey, Van.
Yes?
No, I have fun here, right?
Do you?
Oh, lots. Lots of fun.
Well, that's good to know, because
You know,
I've never
it's a stream
certain.
that I wouldn't do anything to try to harm it in any way or make anything bad happen.
Speak for yourself, but okay.
I'm just wondering how long I can keep the saccharine tone going before he starts to wonder why. What did you do?
No, I'm not gonna wonder.
Now that's stuck in my head. It leaped up from the 70s and grabbed me.
Well, excellent. Apparently, Gaming Furry wants you to make sure that pirates haven't taken Outpost Omega. Since apparently he doesn't want to get on and check.
He can't, he's on a crap top.
I thought he was able to get on yesterday.
He said at the moment he's stuck on a crap top, as he said in chat a little bit ago.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
And so long as nobody's within 10 kilometers of Omega Base, it should be perfectly fine. Even if the server says that a pirate ship went right next to the base, nothing will happen because the grid's actual objects won't be ticking. No logic runs on them. It's because of the one of the plugins that Andy added to make the server run more efficiently. Since he realized that we're going to be going right into superstructures, no breaks.
Is the cube considered a superstructure?
Yes.
How do I get it to a super mega structure?
Add 10% more than you currently have.
So, the hangar bay?
Basically.
Cool.
The thing is just a couple additions away from being considered a mega structure by many, not all, but many people's terms. I say not all because there are some Space Engineers players out there that they start at the size that you're at and they only go up from there. But those are also people that have optimized their routines many times over. People for whom the startup sequence that I was doing when you first got on that was overwhelming you, they consider that to be a slow start. They consider that to be impatiently waiting.
Ah.
Yeah, the people I'm talking about are absolute machines.
100 meters per second isn't fast enough. I want to go faster.
There are speed mods, but I cannot be held accountable for what happens.
Ah. I'm just glad that this thing still manages to get up to terminal velocity pretty dang fast. Considering, you know, what it is. I think I need more thrusters, though. What do you think, Tanya? Do I need more thrusters?
I think that you should add more thrusters.
What?
I think that you should add more thrusters.
Alright, you got it. I'll add more thrusters to this.
This is funny.
What's funny?
You'd have to visit platform 9 3/4.
Because that's where all the platinum's at.
If only there were platinum blocks. I would totally have replaced all of these armor blocks with platinum blocks.
Yeah, you would. I mean, there's platinum in the asteroids. If you want to, I mean, the name of this particular stream is Hydroponics and Mining, and you want to add more thrusters, that's going to mean a lot of thruster components. So you have a reason to go and get some platinum. So if I were to give you some GPS coordinates for platinum asteroids, and you could go off there and build your mining craft.
I need your help to build a mining craft.
Just so you know, you're almost directly overhead. You can begin your landing approach unless you just want to park overhead and then send a shuttle down.
I was just gonna fly down.
I'm trying to do my own thing right now. I'm trying to make my own little base. I'm having fun down here.
So are you saying you don't want me to come?
Well, you're welcome to come down for a visit. I'm just saying that I won't be leaving.
No, I don't want you to leave. I want you to get to work.
Work. Never heard that word before.
Good point. I want you to have fun building me a mining vessel.
And, Tarniel, that's exactly what we've already discussed making, and what he's trying to gently nudge me into building for him right now. But I am wanting to work on my base. It's been a work in progress for a while now.
Okay. I understand.
I'm glad that you understand.
Dampeners off, straight down onto beta base.
I hope you realize I can just change the faction and you'll bounce off of this thing, losing a lot of blocks in the process.
I wonder how long it'll take me by ship to get to beta base.
An eternity. And a half.
So you're saying I should stop off and pick up some more ice?
Probably. In fact, I could use more ice.
You could always use more ice. You chew through ice like there's no tomorrow.
Have you seen the size of this thing? It takes a lot of oxygen. Especially when I keep accidentally venting all the oxygen into space.
That sounds like a you problem. Specifically, it's a problem caused by you.
Well, I am currently limited by how fast I can fly, because I just realized the teleporter won't reach back to beta base.
Yeah, because the server sync range only goes up to 10 kilometers now. It was done for efficiency, to keep the server running smoother.
Oh well, at least it's only like 115 kilometers away.
And just about perfect.
My turrets will open fire on you if you come within 1 kilometer.
Why? I was just going to come to just above the planet gravity.
I don't trust you.
Why?
I believe that you wish to drop your cube on my head.
That would do more damage to my cube than your base.
Yeah, but your cube is backed up on a blueprint. My base isn't.
And I
And
have
why
made a
is
lot
this?
of changes to my base.
Are you sure about that? Are you
Yes.
sure you don't intend?
I am certain that I have done a lot of changes to my base since the last blueprint and do not wish to damage it.
How close are you? Can totally hit that with a railgun. Blow them out of the sky, everything will be fine.
Why am I not building reactor components? What am I out of?
Oh,
Gravel.
there's
I'm
B
completely
gravity.
Out of silver. Right, where's the silver? Silver's over there.
I want out of P gravity. So I couldn't have even gotten closer than up to 1 kilometer.
Wow. Just how big is the range on those things? Turn off stone drilling and actually take a look here.
There we go.
Stone disabled. Oh, gotta power my suit up.
And I don't trust myself to replace the grinders with drills. That would be a Tanya, please help me kind of situation. But I just want a little mining ship. I don't know how to make a good one. Every one I make either cannot get off the ground after I filled it up, or it runs into other problems.
Well, it's because your ratios of engine to mass aren't high enough. You gotta think that it's gotta be carrying a lot of heavy payload, and it's gotta be able to keep itself stable even though it's got a lot of drill heads bouncing around. So, mining ships need to have a lot of engine.
I also wind up crashing them a lot.
Well,
So I
that's a
need
huge
something
problem.
that's sturdy.
For that, you want a shield generator that is set to structural integrity mode.
Pepperina! Most kills, max troops. By far. Nice. And then we've got Tool, who is not here. And Wolffab with most assists. Centurion scrolls go to somebody that's not here. I hate when that happens. I like the randomizing. I just would prefer that it, you know, prioritizes people who are actually part of the stream.
Well, how's it supposed to know that?
I mean, it can easily see who is actually watching me.
Yeah, considering that
Alright.
it's integrated into Twitch itself, it wouldn't be too hard for them to implement.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple
True.
false flag.
Alright, go place your troops. Though, Tanya, I would appreciate certain new modded items that we have added today that you had ingenious ideas for being added. You know which ones I'm talking about.
know the exact ones that you're talking about, but I'm also trying to do my own projects here too.
Well, yeah, but I'm only here for another, hour.
Yeah, that's all the fortitude I need to have. In case you're wondering, what I was just doing there was topping off my silver. Now that that's topped off, I can let the base run itself for a little while.
Why the hell did I just die?
Did you forget to feed yourself?
No.
No, he smacked into part of his ship at a respectable speed, and then the game ran some mass calculations and decided, yep, that's a heavy boy he just hit. He's dead. Wow, that's actually leveling up pretty fast. So, pretty soon, the third and final large reactor will be online. Why is that opening itself?
Now, where is... Why am I not slowing down with my dampeners on? Oh,
Did you forget to turn on your jetpack?
I plead the fifth on the basis of self-incrimination. And
Rightly
apparently my body is gone again. God damn it.
Right, so I
No, I
could
think it's there.
get to work on swapping out the tool heads on your cube. However, given what I've observed with how that tool head's been behaving, Wolf, please. Just...
First off, Tanya's female.
That actually threw me off. Wow. Okay, so the tool head. Having worked with the hinges a bit more, getting more familiar with them now, I believe I could make a much better jaw design. However, it would require a complete and total rebuild, requiring the complete destruction of the current jaws, because I would have to redo the hinges themselves.
Oof. Don't you have a scrap pit down there?
No, I do not have a scrap pit. I do, however, have some build and repairs. So if you drop those nearby and we paint them up, then those will be again consuming them.
I can live without the jaws for a little bit. And I do not expect you to start working on that tonight.
I'm halfway to
That's
beta
what you kept
base.
pushing me towards.
No, I
want me
want
to do the
an...
drill
I
stuff?
want a standalone... Sorry, I want a standalone, mining ship. Sorry
So
if that wasn't clear.
Alright, if that's the case, you're really going to want to build a small grid ship if you're doing manual mining in anything other than absurd scales, if you're doing it planetary. If you're doing it in space, you can get away with large grid in the intermediate sizes, but when it comes to planet side, square cube law quickly bites you. So you need to make some pretty heavy overbuilt stuff.
Okay. We can go without that, yeah.
Hey, I'm finally close enough to see the Oban tide.
To that end, I do have a small airfield down here where we can build a ship. It's within range of the build and repairs, so those will definitely take a lot of the load of construction off. and it is time to place a new unit.
Doo doo.
And, well, I try not to make a big deal out of it, Wolf. It's just sometimes it starts to get to me. Because in your defense, I am trans, so I'm still fighting against a predominantly male voice.
I just had a terrible thought. One that I know Tanya would absolutely murder me if I did it.
What? What's the thought?
Lower the ship just a little bit more until I run into the P gravity. Drill or saw off these bits that are holding these on here and just let it drop.
Since there's no control devices on those, they will drop faction as soon as you do. And when you do that, they will bounce off of the surface shield, taking a lot of damage and eating a lot of health bar when they do. Since I have 3 large reactors feeding into this shield, most definitely it will take more damage than the base does.
Are you saying I can do that?
I'm saying I don't want you to do that, but it would destroy a lot of resources if you did.
Alright, so I need a tugboat.
Alright, I'll get to work building a tugboat. That I can do quickly.
I figured it'd be pretty quick.
And another Robontage just spawned in.
Why is it not?
One last eating. Capture it and bring it to me, and then, you know, one last eat.
One last doot.
Oh, wait, I see it.
Final doot.
I'm
I say
gonna...
you're a hell of a lot closer to it than I am.
I'm gonna go eat that. One last nom with these jaws. I just went into untargetable and invulnerable and stuff. Just
I
for
was
the
gonna say there's no way that you're going to approach that.
it's just for... It's a silly thing rather than for the...
No, like they are heavily armed.
It just despawned.
Yes, yes it did.
Never mind!
Wah, 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 wah.
I kind of like Tarnheel's idea. Drills on one side, grinders on the other. Would that work?
Not particularly.
Technically, yes. However, anytime that you're eating a ship, it would produce huge, massive amounts of scrap, because when a drill breaks something down, which is much slower and messier, it just turns it into scrap, and the scrap can only be melted down for iron.
Oh. So yeah, not a good idea. What the hell are these? Drill systems? What are those?
Yeah, those are drill systems.
That doesn't explain what it does.
Give me a minute. I'm currently setting up some calibrations here.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We could just not have the drills active. Like, I could have one that turns on drills, the other turns on the grinders.
Yeah. Zim, this
What?
is what they do.
Gives you a block?
And if I fly nearby ore, any ore that goes inside this block gets immediately collected.
Oh, neat.
This is a drill area, and it'll automatically do that. If I'm near the base and I pull out my drill, those towers will come online and begin drilling any valid ore around me.
Cool.
They just work. They just work.
I'm currently working on a tugboat over here.
It's alright, Wolfab. I mean, nobody actually told you that before, so... but yeah, what about what Tarnhill's suggesting, where we just have it be a, we don't have the drills on while we've got the grinders going, and so on.
Yeah, that could work.
Is there a port on the top of that? The cockpit? Sorry, I'm watching you to learn here, and I couldn't see if there was a port on there.
Yeah, this is the cosmetic DLC. It's an alternate version of the cockpit. Same base stats, but different arrangement of ports. Because, you know, Keen insists that the DLC doesn't give any gameplay advantages. However, it does allow for alternate designs. Right now, what I'm doing is just trying to construct a tug for you.
I know that's what that is. I'm just looking to learn, see what you're doing, and figure it out. Do you have a med station around here? Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, with something like this, I can learn how you're doing it just by watching. It's not too bad. Oh, the charging station just looks exactly like an O2 H2 generator. Interesting.
Yep. That's the small grid version. The large grid one.
Want
is
me to
literally
grind
just
down
the
this
basic
reactor?
Gundam model. Yeah, that one I missed. Oh yeah, what do you think of the helipads here?
I liked it.
Yeah, I've been working really hard, trying to dress up this base as best I can as I go. Trying to give it a good aesthetic.
I respect that.
There it goes. Now it's got juice.
Oh. Here, I'll get in here and put that on. Connector, switch lock. There we go.
Perfect. You've got the timing right, so it's directly centered. So now, once it's finally done doing work on that reactor at the far end of the base, and it's able to build these up, then it will automatically begin refueling them. Let me check on the progress here. And I do not know why these doors keep opening themselves. 1,609. It's run out of reactor components.
How many do you need?
We are currently out of gravel. We need a lot of reactor components, which means that we need a lot of gravel.
A lot of gravel, you say?
If you follow the conveyor network past the smokestacks, you see the conveyor goes right into a mountainside. That's where I've been quarrying stone out of.
How many reactor components do you need?
Currently 400 to finish bringing the large reactor online, but then I'll need some additional ones for building any other ships, because, you know, we're out of gravel to make more of them.
Well, I got 444. And that's all I could carry in my inventory.
That'll definitely help.
The cube's got lots of resources. Just not
I
magnesium.
wonder where they all came. Yeah, I wonder where they all came from, and I wonder why the magnesium's always gone from where you get those resources. I guess the world will never know.
Ah, here's a cargo container. I'll just dump these in there, or should I not?
Go ahead and dump them right in. The build and repairs will take them and use them.
Okay.
The third large reactor is currently. Oh, okay, they're building anyways. I guess it just round robin to the work order.
I'm just throwing in the reactor components a little at a time. Letting Izzy grab them and then putting more in. Can I steal some of this food?
Yeah, go ahead, I've got plenty. Don't take any of the raw veggies or the seeds.
So, the space meal bars?
Yeah, you're fine to take those. Oh, that's the shield gaining more hit points. Means the third reactor just came online. So yeah, I've got these reactors sitting inside armored enclosures, and the reactor itself, each one is sitting partially submerged in dirt. So that should keep them pretty safe. I mean, between heavy armor and voxels.
Voxels of which are an immovable object unless encountered by a large force.
The point here is that you try to take grinders to them, the voxel's in the way. You try to take drills to them, the armor gets in the way. You have to use explosives, but with the shield generator online, explosives don't do anything. Because any damage that a warhead would do, it dumps all of its damage into the shield before it can do any damage to blocks. It's only if it overloads the shield that manages to succeed in damaging anything. Unless the warhead is shifted into EMP mode, in which case it does almost no block damage even if it succeeds. However, it does double damage to shields unless that shield has also been switched over to EMP mode. It's this rock, paper, scissors mechanic.
Alright.
Basically, it allows people to tactically assess enemies for PvP. Well, why window, that would be an option, except for the fact that ship grids can't get through the shield if they're an enemy. It would have to be an ally that's betraying in order to get inside, or they would need to overload the base shield. The base shield is being powered by 3 large reactors, so it's got quite a bit of durability. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to the UI and double check, see how many hit points it's currently got.
Stop getting her distracted!
Yeah, the shield currently has 784,000 hit points at a maximum charge rate. But because it's within reach, and I like the number, I'm actually going to drop the charge rate, switch it from fast cycle to high life, and fine-tune it. Come on. Just a little bit more. $74.5. Oh, that's close. 74.6. Right. 74.55.
Why won't this unlock?
56. There we go. Now the shield has exactly 1 million total hit points.
Why is this not unlocking?
Why is what not unlocking?
This.
I I do know that I was having some weird rubber banding behavior with that thing earlier, which I'm gonna need to report. Which I'm gonna need to report to Andy before he does any further work on him. It appeared that the server decided that the thrusters weren't enough to pull away from the connector port, yet the client said that it could, which caused desync.
How does he change the color on the thrusters?
Oh,
that's
that's
actually-
easy. You go into your control panel and scroll down while you have the thruster selected. It works just like the UI for changing the color of lights.
Alright. I'll be right back. I need to change the colors of my thrusters. Can I do it with the group? Like the ion thruster group? I can.
Yeah, because when you select the groups in the control panel, it's just like manually selecting them individually.
What is the lock flame colors?
Okay, so the flame render mode, if you have it to... Oh. Wait, lock flame... Oh, that. I guess that's just the safety so you don't accidentally bump the sliders. I'm not entirely sure there. I've never actually played with the lock flame colors. But I did that flame render mode. Linked means that it's always the same color, so the idle and full will be the same. The blended means that it will gradually change from one color to the other as throttle increases. And then the high setting, which I can't remember the name of, means that it will abruptly jump from one to the other when you hit the top 10% thrust.
Ah. Cool.
So basically, it's like... Yeah. So what that'll do is the higher the thrust, the more it'll shift from red to orange, for how you have it currently set up.
Cool. Oh, I like that.
Plus one to intimidation.
Can I change the color of the little green highlights on these?
No. Green means on, red means off, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
Crud. Oh well, at least I like the green anyways. Alright, Lightning Dragon, have a good night. Now, we gotta do a nice red with the orange when they're full. So I see that you've added a bunch of ion thrusters to the front. Oh, and there's some large ones on the back, alright. That's still the charging station. Oh, there's some on the bottom, I see. are you adding here? Oh, gyroscopes.
Gonna need a lot of them. It's gonna be a tug. The tug needs to be able to wrangle large ships. That's 8 on that axis. 4 on... Oh, gotta place a unit again. It never stops. There's always a unit to be placed.
Only
Another
once every
unit.
5 minutes.
Another unit placement needs your help. Here, I've marked it on your map. Six. So 8 up, 6 left, 6 right, 6 to down. I think that's 7 left, 7 right. There we go. Sounds like I'm trying to crack into a safe right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That or you're trying to figure out how to just make it through a maze, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you might want some more forward. Considering who's gonna be flying this. And then the landing gear is how I actually latch on.
Hasn't been placed yet, but yes, it will be.
Oh, that dampening enhancer is definitely a nice mod.
It's gonna be needed.
Yeah, this little thing trying to stop that massive jaw. Yeah. Should I leave the tongue up there? I mean, the tongue works, so... Alright, Stream Raiders! Start the battle! White Wolf, that is a tugboat, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't need to be much more than what we got.
No, the Zim Cube, that's a flying brick.
Yeah, the Zim Cube is a flying brick. Those trolls that throw the goblins are really not nice. Yes, it is the cube! Alright, Wolfab, most kills. Rachella, most assists. Then we got Pepperina with max troops. And Tanya with max troops. And the Musketeer scrolls go to Wired. Congratulations. And we are finishing up with a boss fight. This is the last battle for the evening. I will bring my Orc Slayer. So place your troops. I think I'm just gonna save this blueprint and reuse it wherever I need it.
Did you take all of the food?
No? Maybe?
Or you... Well, thankfully I had more in the Wayfinder, but still.
There wasn't much in there! Besides, I brought you a whole bunch of, reactor components. Those aren't exactly cheap.
I don't know, I was able to make 2,000 of them with a pile of dirt.
And other things. Is it ready?
Wait a moment, I was placing my units.
Oh. Ooh, pistons.
Oh dear, we're boned.
Only mostly.
Only mostly.
Why is the connector disconnected?
Because I disconnected it.
Oh. I have
'Cause the connection
one
is
addition
incomplete.
to make.
More importantly, why can this thing not move at all?
I need a steel plate.
What are you doing?
Adding a camera.
Whoa! It's loose now.
Oh
Wow,
my
it's
god.
itchy. Very squirrely.
Hold still for a moment. Gotta find a good spot to put a
Why are you
camera.
adding a camera?
So I can see where the hell the connector is.
Then I'll include one.
What do you mean?
If you wanted a camera for docking, you could have just said something.
Oh, I just added one. We're good. I wish that connectors would have cameras built into the center of them. Hi.
Boot to the head.
All right. Yes.
What the hell just flew past my head? Hey, Freeways, it's been a while. How are ya?
What's that? Go this one, go like that.
Here's to new beginnings.
White Wolf, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome. Yeah, your feet don't reach the pedals here. You're too small. Whoa. Yeah, Rocket Raccoon will figure out how. What the hell was that? I mean, I can arrange that with the Cube Gaming Furry. Oh, you are in there.
There we go. That's that. And now these need to be.
Oh my god!
You've angered Clang.
So that's what Clegg does.
Exactly. And this is why we do not anger him. This is also why you never attach a
I'm gonna
landing
clip that
gear.
real quick.
You're gonna
Give me a
what?
minute. I'm clipping that.
Zim, I would like to state this is exactly why you never attach to a stationary object, especially a base, with a landing gear unless you are landing down on it. Dampeners get very angry very fast.
go. Publishing clip. So the problem here is piston. There we go. Share inertia tensor. In theory. Okay. Now it's stabilized. I forgot to turn on share inertia tensor. What the
Oh my
What?
god!
what the hell's going on with physics?
Why did you just...
I don't know. And I'm afraid to touch the controls now.
I mean, some of the thrusters are still pushing into the Wayfinder.
Not at my end. At my end, they're off. At my end, those engines are off.
Now
You didn't
they're
stand in
off.
front of him. Let's see if it's working.
What the hell's going on? It's like we got packets that are dropping.
Beats me.
Because I bet it's happened this earlier when I was trying to move a vehicle over and it didn't register that it had undocked. And when I was trying to disconnect this thing earlier, it didn't register that it had undocked. Something weird is going on.
Morganzola, we've currently got 3 players online. We've got a few people. I've got no idea how many that play, though.
Altogether on the server, I think it's about 10. Does that sound about right?
Right there, yeah, right now it's just 3 people online though. You know what, what didn't happen before the concealment mod was added. I think that might be what's doing it. Because each of these times that it's done weird stuff, it had to do with being connected to a static grid.
Which mod?
Concealment.
What is
It's
concealment?
the thing that turns off physics for inactive stuff. It
Oh.
turns up a lot of calculations for inactive stuff to free up server resources. So I think that might be what's going on there.
I would like to file a complaint with the pirates. They seem to have set up a frontier outpost on the planet of Beck. This is against international laws.
I mean, it would be a lot of resources lost, but I could go drop the maw onto them. I'm sure that would clear them out. I don't know if I want to be standing anywhere near this thing. I keep going in underneath it, and then I'm like, wait. Why are you setting up so... Huh?
I may be a seasoned veteran at this game, but that doesn't mean I can keep you completely safe from Clang. Alright, there we go. Now you've got plenty of visual cues to help you with properly assessing distance and angle to things.
Yeah, I'm totally not gonna figure it out.
And the arm can go out quite a long distance. And now that I've got share inertia tensor on, it treats all of that piston as the same ship. As the same, physics object.
I just saw something fly around.
Oh, that's the bubble.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the white pulse, that's just the shield updating.
Alright!
It's literally called the refresh animation.
Where are you going?
Are we going to go take the things off the thing?
Yeah, I was gonna
That
go do that.
military escort's really small.
First, let me save a blueprint of this.
That's what I was gonna do
It is-
too.
It has not been named. Give me a second.
I got it.
What are we gonna name this thing?
First off, you should transfer it to me.
No,
But I can't name it.
I can name it.
I was just gonna name it ZGF Tugboat.
Let me in.
Fine.
I wonder. Wait. For just a second. Get back in the cockpit. I want to see if I can pick your nose with this drill.
No.
There we go. It's Tugboat Mark 1. It has now been saved. And I'm also going to... Ow. I'm gonna go grab... I'm gonna go grab some ice. And batteries.
Why can't I save a blueprint? It's Control B, right?
Can you not save a blueprint of a ship you don't own?
Oh, there it
That's
goes.
amazing.
No.
I had to get out.
Yeah, that'll do it.
This little itty bitty thing. Tadia?
What did you do already?
Nothing. Why?
That's not the tone of voice of someone who hasn't done anything wrong.
Why do you always assume I do things wrong?
He's angered Clang, don't let him lie.
God, this gyroscope.
Yeah, I made sure it had lots of gyro. I just realized something that upsets me. Because the build and repairs are automatically repairing everything inside the base, they also shut down the smokestacks. Because the smokestacks require the rotors to be damaged to function.
Can't we state certain colors not to weld?
Yes, actually.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the ignore color. Alright, I'll punch that in a little bit. So that means that anything we want to leave as wireframe, we just play, or that we want to have damage or smoky, we just paint it that color. Alright, tugboat.
This
looks
is
like it's
shaking
here.
a lot.
It's not shaking at my end. Let me take a closer look.
You don't see that? And then you get in and it stops.
I fixed it.
What'd you do?
Dampeners.
Oh.
Dampeners can't oscillate if they're not dampening.
Oh, you're wanting to leave all these, hinges? Oh, crap! What
this is a
did you
potential
do,
problem.
Stu?
Okay, Okay, you're already doing the right thing. Just keep it going. Keep backing up. If it hits the ground.
Why am I
that's fine.
getting
It's
shot
bad.
at?
You're not getting shot at. That's just things. Oh.
The super gremlin!
Oh shit!
Where's the super gremlin? I'm trying to find it.
I've depowered it. It was already on a freaking collision course with you, though. It just bounced off the cube. Where did he come from?
I don't know.
Now we've got the jaw falling to the planet. We've got the super gremlin falling to the planet. Everything's going sideways. Just keep the tugboat on top of that. Let go, let go. It's away from the base. Just let go. Get the tugboat out of there.
Okay. Oh God!
I heard the boom.
Well, it's a good thing that you've got a, Oh, God.
There she goes. I'm watching slowly. It's like the Titanic.
Well, the tugboat is,
I would like to state that your theory of things bouncing off is incorrect.
Yeah, I noticed. It's still considered owned by us.
So, where'd that super gremlin go?
I don't know. How much damage did it do to my cube?
The Super Gremlin crashed just over the horizon. The engines on it are completely wrecked. They took all the blow. Oh my god. Zim!
What?
Zim. I'm trying to run my suit transponder. If you could come over here and take a look at something.
I'm more concerned about my ship and how much damage those missiles did.
Oh. You had building... Why is it raining debris? You had the building repairs, so...
Yeah, but missiles can outright destroy stuff.
This is true. I'm just saying they should have mitigated the splash damage.
Okay, I'm not seeing any actual damage. Oh.
Oh, is that what I'm looking for?
Where are you? Oh, I see the, super gremlin. Or what's left of it.
Alright. I've painted the entire thing decommissioned green. It's being scrapped. Yeah, this green, whenever you head back over to the base, because I know it won't be done before you get back here, this is decommissioned green. It's 69, 69, 69. I don't know why anybody would ever paint their ship this color, and it's easy to remember. Also, if someone ever were to paint their ship this color, the only reason they could hit that exact one is if they're trying to be memey, in which case they deserve to have their ship scrapped out from under them anyways. So, the building... So, the building repairs are going to be busy for a little while tearing that down. And I'm going to have to set up a shipyard. That's all there's to it. What are you? What is this? What is this hovering thing over here?
That is probably the remains of the tugboat.
Yes. It is half of the tugboat just hovering here in confusion as to where the rest of its body went. it managed to come to a stop at a rotation angle where the remaining engines are able to arrest its sideways movement, and where it's got batteries still attached to power them. So it's just hovering there, confused.
Why is this not attaching? Oops.
Alright. I'm gonna go set up a 3D printer.
What does it mean autopilot enabled?
It means that they're letting the superior pilot fly it.
That means the remote control block has been activated. It's probably for the best.
No. Here's a control station. What else? Oh, flight seat. What else do I need to deconstruct to take control?
Medical? Control
Medical bays,
seats,
control
cryopods.
seats. Yeah.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yeah, I know. I'm not concerned with my inventory.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Ugh.
Inventory full.
Wait, I think I recognize this design.
Inventory full.
This is the one where I spent like 3 hours trying to figure out where the last remote control block was. What is it? Isn't it?
Inventory full.
Oh yeah, that's the one with the remote control on the outside.
Alright, seat. All of the seats are taken. Cockpit, control stations. Do I have to rebuild the control stations? Probably.
Just a moment.
Oh, I got it. Thank you, though.
No, I just... Things malfunctioning. Okay.
Inventory full.
Oh boy. It would appear that the projectors can't build subgrids, which means that ARM is a no-go. So if I want to have the ARM be able to be pasted in properly, either I'll have to just manually rebuild it, or
Inventory full.
go into Creative and paste directly from the clipboard.
Ah.
Yeah, it's fine. The thing was a luxury anyways. I'll just put just a landing gear on a stick and call it a day.
Well, apparently the tugboat does not have enough strength to pull this super gremlin out.
No, it does not. You're in a gravity well. The tugboat was designed for 0G. I didn't realize you'd parked right at the edge of the gravity well.
I literally said that's what I was doing. To
Yeah,
be fair.
but I figured that with your piloting, you would have been at least 100 meters away.
And even still, what were you planning to do then?
Tug it off to the side and then drop it to the surface. So we kinda sorta mission accomplished. Task failed successfully.
Task failed successfully. That's definitely a group of words that don't belong together.
That's what happened. Anyways, it's almost done printing the replacement.
The replacement tugboat?
Yep,
I just spawned in another.
of course you did.
I just wanted to get this on with.
Uh-huh.
And help out by, you know, bringing the... Oops.
Bringing the oops. Well, that is certainly what you do.
Nothing more concerning than bringing the oops.
Well... the tugboat that I was trying to bring, I managed to break nothing except for the cockpit. Nothing else on it is damaged. Just the cockpit. And that's destroyed.
Wait, since when is the Oban over here? Are you being this tugboat now? What the heck is going on here? Where did... Wait, is that what got damaged by the missiles?
What?
The jaw. Is the jaw
I
that
think the
took all
jaw
hits
took the brunt of the
Oh,
force
you
on
had
this.
decoys on it!
That's why so little damage was done. The decoys took the salvo for you.
Congratulations.
Well, they did their job.
Inventory full.
I should drop off my inventory before I go letting that drop.
Yeah, this thing is right at the edge of the physical gravity well. I'm gonna disengage 2 of the hinges so we can be ready for the drop when the 3rd one breaks loose. The Oban Tide should have no difficulty whatsoever carrying it, but I want to be sure. Or, you know, we could just break it off now, okay. Hey, guess who didn't have the landing gear secured, which is what I was waiting for to be sure of.
Thought that I did.
Karma.
Well, hurry!
Karma. Karma now.
I
Karma
don't have my gear set up.
Forget the gear, it's falling now.
No, like I don't have my landing gear set up. I thought they were.
I'm trying to push it away!
That's not going to do anything, Zim. Why do you do these things? I specifically said, let's wait on the 3rd one.
I'm sorry!
This is gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna hurt you. That's okay, that was dramatic. That was like anime rescue right there. That was very dramatic.
I broke something, but this base is safe.
I just watched the carrier come in and drop kick a piece of debris to save a land base.
Ow.
Your sacrifice was appreciated
It's
regardless.
falling off of the nose section right now. It is raining.
Oh,
there it
yeah,
goes.
we could have just
God,
put
it's
parachutes on these.
There's no atmosphere.
That wouldn't have worked.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why.
Ow.
Still, though, want me to clip that? It's not too much time has passed by.
Yeah, clip
I'm gonna
that.
clip that. See, now the clips is actually freaking functioning.
Wolfab's got it.
Oh, Wolfab already got it?
Yeah, Wolfab's got it.
I
That's
suppose they have-
definitely deserving a, clip.
It's still raining debris on the base right now. Just little
It's not
bits of
my
metal
fault.
rolling
This is
down the hill.
made of so many things.
No, it's fine. It's really fine. Those tiny bits of debris, I am fine with because they vaporize on contact with the shield.
Alright, bringing the cube down. I just love that noise that it makes when... Tanya,
What?
could you set up or walk me through, rather, how to set up my, build and repair to do that, green color dismantle thing?
Oh, well, actually, it's very simple. You just go into the control panel with the and you select your building repairs. And if you scroll on through the options, on the list there will be a section that is titled Use Grind Color. And you want to tick that box on, and then you'll have some HSV sliders. You can click and drag those. Or
Which
you
ones
can-
should I... So, probably the self-repair and the number 4, not the 2 disable ones?
Yeah, self-repair and the number 4, I have no idea where that even is. I didn't build that.
That's probably on the med bay. I put one on the med bay.
Also, how much more agile is the cube now that the jaws have been removed?
Quite a bit.
I was saying
Well-
it was moving around really well before.
Yeah, I think it's actually about the same, actually.
Just when there's so many zeros involved in these numbers.
Alright, so the self-repair in number 4, where was it? Grind... I'm not finding what I'm supposed to do. Okay,
Give me a
this
moment.
should be weld before grind.
It'll be halfway down the list. You'll see a set of text with a big white line that says Settings for Grinding.
Ah, here it is. Use grind color. Pick current. No. Set.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the many sliders there. Hue, saturation, value. Now, whenever you're working with a slider, if you want to punch in a precise number, you hold Control and then left mouse click on the slider. Why they set that as the method for manual entry, I have no idea.
So 69. 69.
69 is what I tend to use. Because, again, it's a stupid, memey set of numbers, and it also comes out to puke green. For those two reasons, why would anyone ever use that color?
Alright, so they should be set up to automatically, after I get this set up right anyways. Oh, they're both set to that already. Cool. And then what else do I need to do? Oh, I need to turn on Grind's neutral blocks, I'm guessing.
No, it just use grind color. If that's on, then anything that is painted that color overrides other logic. But make sure that you set them to fly mode, not walk mode.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry if I was super quiet there. I bumped the microphone. Should be back to normal now. I'm gonna watch this top 10 enemy sacrifices real quick. If it'll load.
Oh wait, I've got a camera. I keep forgetting that I put a camera down here specifically so I could have a much easier time looking at everything. I set up a lot of cameras on this thing. Why is it suddenly rotating? Wait, am I repairing this thing? I think my build and repairs are automatically repairing this thing.
They're probably automatically repairing the damaged blocks because it's considered a friendly. So if you've properly set those up, if I come over here and slap a coat of paint on it, it should immediately begin eating it. Let me see. Come on.
I damaged my grab drive.
Let's see if it starts eating it. Oh yeah, it's grinding it. It's starting at the bottom corners here.
You know, I gotta check how much storage I actually have left on this thing. I mean, I know I've got I've got a lot of storage, but... What if I want to see inventories that are not... that are empty?
Then you just don't check the hide empty box.
Well, I got quite a few small ones that are still got lots of room. And most of my large cargo containers are still empty. Somehow. I'm not sure how, but okay.
A large cargo container holds a lot.
Well,
Like a lot.
Autocrafter has been keeping things down to buffers. It's been storing things as ingots, which is a very efficient way to store them. This is why. Storing things as raw ingots versus storing them as finished components, you can expect upwards of a 5-to-1 compression ratio.
And I just realized that I've got to get going to work.
All right. Could you move the cube over so that it's parked next to that instead of on top of it, just for safety reasons. Actually, if you point the nose where the jaws used to be towards where the one on the ground is, that will very much be within the work area for the self-repair one, because I remember how I had that one calibrated.
I'm just concerned about it randomly dropping while I'm offline.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying you should park it next to it, safety reasons.
Oh,
But if you
actually
park
land
next to
it?
Yeah. Land it next to it, and just land it with the front facing towards it, so that way we can be 100% sure it's within the build and repairs work area, so they'll continue scrapping it. Once I've checked off a couple other things on my to-do list, I'll begin reworking the jaw hinges. It's going to be a complete rebuild of the face, but it'll be worth it in the end. For that reason, please park it with the nose kind of pointing up a little bit if you can.
I'll do my best.
Just for a little bit of better ground clearance is all.
I mean, you could just move it back up to space. What am I
but if
crashing
I-
on?
The ground.
Oh, okay. I think that's... Okay, one of them is locked. We're good.
I'm gonna free cam real quick. I need to see something. Oh yeah, that thing just... So before you close up the stream and then head off to work, I am going to see... Up there he is. There he is. Our little guy has found the center of the planet. It is barely drifting forward now. It's got to be approaching 0G. And it is 9.3 kilometers below the surface. But you can tell that gravity is getting weaker because the drill pattern is getting much more erratic. So gravity isn't guiding the direction of the drill head nearly as much as RNG.
Oh. Yeah, I'll be doing the battle. No worries, White Wolf. Alright, I am in a cryo chamber.
Today I learned. So you know, when you're in free cam, it's shift and scroll wheel to change your speed. Apparently,
I did not
control
know
and
that.
scroll wheel will change your rotation speed.
I did
So
not
you
know
can do
that.
the cinematic stuff that way. Neat.
Alright, Stream Raiders, first off.
I got distracted.
Well, I mean, Wired, if you want to get some repairs done, I do have my building repairs on. They're all on fly mode, so you can come nearby.
How did I damage that?
What'd you damage? Just fly to the... Just fly it near the cube. Alright, a victory is ours. Let's say we've got Pepperina with most kills, most assists, and max troops. Man of Silence is not here. Otherwise, we've got the White Wolf. Yet, I hate those tossers altogether. The White Wolf, you had max troops. There you are. And the gold goes to Wolffab. Congratulations. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Space Engineers. I unfortunately have to be getting to work. But thank you all so much for joining. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of you that I'm able to continue bringing you all these streams. I really couldn't do it without you guys. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully with Tales of Miraleth, Dungeons and Dragons, as well as, well, actually, that would be it. If the D&D does not happen, I'll be doing more Space Engineers, but do come check out, you know, D&D. It's fantastic. It is night. It's 1 a.m. here. I work night shift, Pepperina. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu. Good night, Wolfab. Good night, Pepperina. Good night, Tanya and Wired. Thank you both for joining. And thank you, the rest of you.